This video I'm going to use StarTools to layer two sets of data together. I've taken some HA and OIII on the Rosette Nebula. I've stacked both sets in Deep Sky Stacker and then aligned them in Deep Sky Stacker as well. So now I'm going to open up I'll start off with the hydrogen alpha. Okay, so I'm going to bin 71%. That's what I like to do normally, is 71%. If you've got fairly good data, then less binning is better. And the data on these is pretty good. So we're going to try 71%. Now I need to develop to see where my cropping is going to be to crop out any stacking artifacts. You can see on the edge between the two different sets of data. So I've done that basic develop, and now I'm going to crop the image to cut out all the artifacts. We'll keep that. Now we do the normal wipe, just a gradient wipe, and the presets as they are. That's fine. Now we're going to redo the global stretch. I like to turn the gamma down before I start, and the dark anomalies up to say 15. Now the developing will need to come up to, with my images, around about 94 is a good starting point. Okay, so maybe a bit too overdeveloped. I'm knocked down to 93. Just to cup up on the gamma. That's pretty good, so I'm going to keep that. Now I'm going to use deconvolution, generate automatic mask. This seems to work really well with nebulas, not so well with galaxies. It'll bring out some nice detail, hopefully. That's done a pretty good job highlighting around the darker areas. So we'll keep that. Now I'm going to go to the color module and knock out any, first of all, raise the dark saturation to maximum. Knock out the green and blue. Saturation a little too much, so I'm going to knock it down to, actually I'll keep that at 200 and go to artistic detail aware. Still a bit oversaturated for my liking, so I'm going to knock it down to 25%. See what happens when I increase that red bias. just trying to fill out a bit more of the darker area. I think that'll do, so I'm going to keep that. Now I'm going to go to HDR and see what the reveal reveals. Yeah, it reveals a little bit more, so I'm going to let's turn this one up and have a look. There's a little bit of a subtle difference, so we'll keep that. And then go back to HDR and optimize. I don't really like that at the moment, so it's just oversaturating, so I'll cancel that. So now I'll go to life and isolate. Okay, around about 25% I would have thought, not too much. And see how we go with that. Okay. And I'll bring it down to about 15%. I only want a little bit. That's fine. Keep that. Now, what we're going to do is create a star mask. Fat star mask. I'll raise the filter sensitivity to try and not capture noise, hot pixels, cold pixels. It's actually missed all the stars, so I'm going to fat stars and just do it as it is. Maybe there's not much noise in the, as much noise as I'm thinking there is in the image. Okay, so we also need to do a normal star mask, so we're going to add new to old and do. Right, I'm going to shrink it once, then grow a couple of times. Looks pretty good. So now we're going to invert that and keep it and do some sharpening on large and next. Let's see how that does. Very slight change. I'm going to try bring it up to 200%. That's better. Keep that, and I'm going to do the same again, but to the medium structure size. raise it up to 200% again. That's nice, a little bit of sharpening, so keep that. Now I'm going to do the stop tracking and the noise reduction. It shouldn't need too much, so 15. You still see a little bit, so I'm going to bring it up to maybe 18 pixels. That's better. So now I'll leave that on the preset and click next. Okay, I'm going to set full mask and bring the smoothness up to 78. That seems to be a good. Yeah, that's a nice job. So I'm going to keep that. That's pretty much the hydrogen alpha done now, so I shall save that as a TIFF. Save. Now we keep StarTools open and open up our OIII registered fits, and I'm going to do pretty much the same process as I've done on the HA, but I'm going to obviously cut out the red and green so it gives me a blue image. So we need to start off with the same binning amount. And then just go to crop and keep the crop we've got, because that was preset in the last process. We want exactly the same crop size so we can layer it together. And now from then on I'm going to do exactly the same as what I did on the last one. Ready for layering. So I've processed the OIII and I'm now going to save that as a TIFF file as well. Now we're on to the next step, which is layering. You can, now you've got both TIFF files saved, you can open them in LRGB or layering, and I'm going to do it layering, so I think it's a slightly better job and gives a little bit better on the colours. So I shall leave this one open and open up layers, then open up the HA file that we've done a little earlier. I'm going to swap them around as I want the HA as background and the OIII as foreground. You can use any of a number of these options here. I find with layering, lighten seems to be a better choice sometimes. It's giving fairly good depth. Let's just try adding. Yeah, that is sort of bringing out the Canon banding, so have a look at blend, which tends to keep it quite dark. So not really what I'm looking for. So we're going to go back to lighter, I think. About 130% mix. That looks pretty good. We'll keep that. So there's the basic layered image. Now I'll save that, and what I like to do is open it up in another program just to change the colours slightly, so what I'm looking for. So I'll save that as a combined .tef. That's it, combined .tef. Save. Close that and open up my Digital Photo Professional, which is what I use for modifying the colours and converting it to a JPEG. I'll start off with just having a quick look at what's doing what. See, I'm trying to get this a bit more blue, the purple into a more blue, like so. Too dark. It's giving it some good depth. So we can do with the red. I think our main adjustment here is going to be on the magenta. Yeah, it's quite aggressive. The depth that's showing up now is pretty good. That's quite powerful, that. Oh yeah. So I think I'm going to desaturate it slightly. Okay, it's quite good. I wonder if I can darken the background a bit. I'll probably need to do the darkening of the background in another program which I use, which is very good for darkening backgrounds and adjustments. So I'm going to save that now as a JPEG, and then quickly open up PaintShop Pro. No, Photoshop Express, not PaintShop Pro. And in this we've got quite a few options here, so like the shadows. There we go, there's quite a bit taking the blue out. And this is blacks. So we don't want to lose the nebula. So as soon as we're starting to lose the nebulosity, then that's where we'll draw the line about there. And while I'm in here, I'll have a look at the vibrance and various other bits and pieces. You see minusing the vibrance a little bit has helped, giving it that good depth. A bit of clarifying, see if that makes a... That can be easily overdone. As you see, that looks pretty horrible now. So very little adjustments on that, if any at all. In fact, I'm not going to get a sharpening, not that it needs it, but we'll see what it does. Maybe just a fraction. Any noise reducing? I think that will do for me actually. So I'll now save that. It will be a edited JPEG. No, that's the wrong one. Where are we? Rosette. Save that.